Hey everybody, I'm Mary Love and welcome to Mary Love Country Living. I'm back in the kitchen again today. Um, when you make dinner, we all generally tend to make a side dish. And sometimes I like to make the rice-a-roni beef side dishes or the chicken or whatever. But I seen a lady on YouTube the other day, and I don't remember what the name of her channel was, but she made a homemade version of the rice-a-roni. And what she made in one jar was equivalent to 3 of these. So I thought, how neat. I'm going to try it. So let's get down here and I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do. All right, let me get y'all down here just a little bit lower. Now let's raisins back up just a tad. There we go. All right. For the chicken, it calls for 2 cups of rice, which I'm going to use Orzo instead of rice because the Orzo cooks within the allotted time. And I'm not real crazy about rice, but anyway. So 2 cups of this, of the Orzo, and 2 cups of vermicelli noodles. Now, I bought these at Walmart for 50 cents for this box. It takes a cup of that, 2 tablespoons of parsley, half a teaspoon of pepper, which I won't use that much, 3 tablespoons of chicken powder, bouillon powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. That's what it takes to make this. So let's get busy and let's get this made. Get this opened up. I think I started it from the wrong side. There we go. Alrighty. So this is a half a cup measuring cup. So there's a half a cup. One. And 2 cups. Well, I didn't leave a whole lot left in there. And this takes 1 cup. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to kick the stand. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to use that other box because I don't think this is going to be enough. Well, it might be. So there's a half a cup. And that makes a cup. And I'm going to add just, you know what? That's all that was left in there, so we're going to use the whole box. All right. So that's got that mixed together. So we're going to set that aside. Into this bowl, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of chicken bouillon powder. 1, 2, and we're going to put the rest of that in there. I don't think it was quite 3 tablespoons, so we're going to add just a teensy bit more. All right. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of onion powder. Maybe this is all dried out. And we don't want clumps in it. So let's smash it up a little bit. All right. Teaspoon of onion powder. teaspoon of garlic powder. And what did it say on the parsley? I done forgot. 2 tablespoons of parsley. There's 1. And 2. And instead of black pepper, I'm using white pepper. And we're just going to use about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm not going to use very much, as the white powder is a lot stronger than the white powder. The white pepper is a lot stronger than black. Whew. Ain't no doubt about that. All right, we're going to mix this up. Try to keep any lumps mashed out of that garlic or onion powder. So it spreads evenly. This is enough seasoning for 3 boxes of the Roni mix. And making it this way, you know exactly what went in it. You can make it up anytime you want and just keep it on hand if you like these kind of side dishes. I personally love them. They're quick, they're easy, and they taste good. All right. Now, for each recipe that you want to make, it takes a cup of the pasta. I think that vermicelli could have been broken up even smaller than what it is. So it takes a cup of this, 2 tablespoons of the seasoning mix. So let's come over here to the stove and we're going to make a batch of this up. Now to make it, we turn this burner on. All right, you got to have 2 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to melt that butter down. And I've got 1 cup of the pasta mix right here. Get this butter melted. And then we're going to pour the pasta mix into the pan. Let me raise y'all up just a little bit where y'all can see a little bit better. And I've got 2 cups of water. Now you can use broth or water. I figure since it's already got 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon, and that's pretty salty, I would just go ahead and use water myself so that you're not adding in more salt by adding in broth. My husband doesn't eat salt, so all right, we're going to pour this in and we're going to let this brown. Get toasty looking brown. And this will take just a minute or so. And then we'll add the water and the seasoning. Let it come to a boil. Let's see what the recipe says. Melt 2 tablespoons of butter Add in 1 cup of the rice and pasta mix. Cook for a couple of minutes until it's browned as you want it. Add in the broth or the water for the chicken or beef. 2 tablespoons of seasoning. Bring it to a boil. Cover and reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So we're just going to let this brown off, and then we'll be right back. So this won't take but just a couple of minutes. Y'all have to excuse my sniffles. I'm still not completely over this sinus mess. So I got the sniffles. All right, we're going to let this brown, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's about as brown as I want it to get. So now we're going to add in the water. 2 tablespoons of the seasoning. Stir this up. And essentially what we're going to do after this comes to a boil and we turn it down, we're going to let this cook until the liquid is absorbed. Between 15 and 17 minutes. But I've also got this recipe. She made the recipe for the beef and for Spanish rice. So we're going to let this come to a boil, which it's not going to take but just a minute. I think this is going to be really good. The Orzo in the Great Value brand at Walmart is 98 cents a box. And that box of vermicelli noodles that I bought, like I said, was only 50 cents a box. So, yeah, this makes equivalent to 3 boxes, the mix that I made up. Those boxes of rice Roni are $1.29 or $1.49 a box. So, yeah, it'd be cheaper just to make it yourself, because for me, I've always got the chicken bouillon seasoning. All right, we're going to turn this down, cover it, set the timer. I'm going to go ahead and set it for 16 minutes, and we're going to let that cook. But for myself, I've always got, like I said, the chicken bouillon powder, the beef bouillon powder, and the tomato powder that you can get from Walmart. I've always got those on hand. So a couple of bucks for the Orzo and the vermicelli noodles. I can see where I would save money by making it myself. And if it tastes better than what's in the boxes, yeah. And I will try it with the rice and see how that works versus the Orzo. But I think for me, I think I'll like the Orzo better anyways. But anyway, we're going to let this cook, and then we'll be back and try it. Now, here's one jar. I vacuum sealed it, and I've got a piece of plastic wrap in here, and I wrapped up the seasoning powder in it and tied it where it wouldn't open up, and I vacuum sealed it in here with the rice and stuff. So now I've got it all put together. I don't have to worry about air getting in there to it, and it'll be good and stored like this for a long time. So we're going to wait on this to cook, and then we're going to taste it. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it absorbed all the liquid just like it was supposed to. So now I'm going to get a dish and put me some in it and let it cool for just a minute. Now, here's what it looks like. If I'd have had some little baby carrots, I would have cut them up and put some of them in it. So now let's taste it. That's pretty good. Could have maybe cooked it maybe another minute or so, because the orzo is right there at being done, but still just a little al dente. But it tastes good. So, for me, I'll make it this way. It's cheaper. It does have more of a better flavor to it, I think, than the box stuff. Now, on the chicken, I will say this. I'm a person who loves salt. Um, I would not make this with chicken broth because the chicken bouillon powder has a real salty taste to it. I think if you use chicken broth, it would be way too salty. So, and I used water. So I would say stick with water on the broth. But me, I give it 2 thumbs up and a happy dance. Woo! Because it's economical. It's going to save you money. It's easy to make. It's easy to store. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, just put you some lids on your jars and put it on a shelf. If you don't vacuum seal it, I'd say use it quick. Use it up fairly quick. But yeah, so now I'm looking forward to trying the beef and the Spanish rice one. But for now, this is the chicken recipe. So I like it. I think you might like it. If you try it, let me know. But with that, I'm going to say good afternoon. God bless. Take care. And until we meet again, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye now.